Mukakaroti vachalang pangulangayate giring atki pathamahang bande sigurung dinatarinam. Jam Shivabradacharya Sadesi Srimad Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki, Śrīla Prabhupada ki, Śrīla Prabhupada ki. Jam Shivabradacharya Sadesi Srimad Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada ki. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki, Nama Acharya Haridas Thakur ki, Prem Sigaho Shri Krishna Caitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadharo Shivasati Gaur Bhakti Vrinda ki, Sri Sri Radha Krishna Go Gopinath Sham Kund Radha Kund Giri Govardhan ki, Sri Vrindavan Dham ki, Navadip Mayapur Dham ki, Mathura Dham ki, Jagannath Puri ki, Ganga Mai ki, Jamuna Mai ki, Tulsi Maharani ki, Bhakti Devi ki, Harinama Sankirtana ki, Harinama Sankirtana Mahajagya ki, Sangaveda Bhakta Vrinda ki, all glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. I am Shivabhadacharya Sudesi Srimad Bhavananda Goswami Vishnupad ki. I am Vishnupad Vishnupad ki. Sangaveda Bhagavan Vishnupad Shisipad ki. Sangaveda Bhakti Vrinda ki. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories Shri Gaur and Shri Gauranga.
ठीक है जी। जय विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजक अष्टोत्तर श्रीमद जयपताका स्वामी शिलाचार्य पाद के, नामहाट पुनः संस्थापक आचार्य शिलाचार्य पाद के, गौर प्रेमानंदे।
हरे कृष्ण। नाम सृष्टं मनुमपि सचिपुत्र मात्रा स्वरूपाम् तस्याग्रजं रूपुरिं मातुरिं गोष्ठवाटिं राधा कुंडं गिरिवरं अहो राधिका माधवासं यस्य प्राप्तं प्रतीत कृपया श्री गुरुं तं नतोस्मि। কিছু বাংলা বলবো, কিছু ইংরেজি বলবো। প্রথমে ইংরেজি বলবো। Speak a little English and then some Bengali. Yesterday we read Bhanu Maharaj read Srila Prabhupada's offering to Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. In that offering, Srila Prabhupada explained how Krishna is the spiritual master of everyone, but he is working through the unlimited variety of forms through his devotees who are acting as spiritual master. Therefore, we observe Vyas Puja ceremony on the occasion of the appearance day of the spiritual master. Although we observe it on the appearance day of the spiritual master, technically speaking, we are observing Vyas Puja, not birthday or Avirbhav Titi or the like. Vyas Puja means we worship the entire disciplic succession, the Guru Parampara, because Guru means that he first has to be a disciple. Nobody is a Guru until they are a disciple. So that means every Guru has a spiritual master and there's a chain, any bona fide Guru. Therefore, when we worship the spiritual master, we worship the entire disciplic succession. That means we ultimately worship the original giver of Vedic knowledge, Vyasadeva, by whose mercy everyone in this age gets the opportunity of understanding the purpose of life. It's a fact, as someone mentioned, I think one of my godbrothers, Saradanya Maharaj, someone, that Srila Prabhupada gave me many instructions to, at different times, to do different things. Just like one gets sentenced to prison with concurrent sentences, you have to serve them all. So these are blessings but they all need to be fulfilled. Just as he said to distribute 10,000 big books and 100,000 small books every month. Told me to expand the preaching unlimitedly. He told me to develop the kingdom of God that he had given, Sri Mayapur Dham. He also told me that I should travel, that I had to take the curse of Narada Muni, the curse that he had. Actually, even if I want to stop, there's always so many demands for going somewhere to preach that it's practically impossible for me to refuse. So somehow or another, traveling to try to help different projects and programs in different parts of India and the world seems to be my lot. In this way, Srila Prabhupada gave many instructions, but singularly, I'm overwhelmed to think how I'm going to be able to even achieve any one of them. What to speak of all of them. And these are not only a fraction of what he asked me to do. So therefore I am unlimitedly grateful. One of the things Prabhupada told me to do was he told me to help certain God brothers and God sisters, which I try to encourage them. And I believe that a way to achieve some of Prabhupada's instructions is by delegating authority, which is another thing Prabhupada said to do is don't do everything yourself, delegate it. So I like to see other people take up their individual initiative and try to encourage them to take up more responsibility. So I'm very grateful that in spite of my very difficult nature, people tell me it's difficult, that so many God brothers are still, haven't abandoned me, and they're still helping me, working together with me, and allowing me to help them in their service to Srila Prabhupada, so that we can work together for fulfilling Prabhupada's different desires. I take it anything that Prabhupada expressed is actually the desire of Krishna being manifested through Prabhupada. Whether Prabhupada tells it to me or to someone else, it's of the same absolute nature. It's every one of Srila Prabhupada's followers, whether children or grandchildren, to try to fulfill Prabhupada's desires. So I'm very grateful that I remember how Prabhupada used to say that he considered his disciples to be sent by Bhakti Siddhanta. Certainly in regard to my disciples, I can see that they're sent by Srila Prabhupada. And I see that even the spiritual nephews, nieces, what to speak of God brothers and God sisters, they're all coming from Srila Prabhupada, allowing us to show the world a real spiritual united nations. Unity with a father and many children is easy. Unity in a plural family, in a joint spiritual family where you have a father but you have many childbearing fathers and childbearing mothers, and many aunts and uncles and brothers and sisters and cousins and so on. And it will become more complex as time goes on. To have unity and diversity in that pluralistic type of spiritual family is much more of an evidence to the world that Krishna consciousness is truly universal and holds a solution for the world. Hare Krishna. I'll speak a little in Bengali. Anything that's happening is simply by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada. Actually, I feel so helpless when I have to do some important work that I'm forced to depend upon the mercy of Prabhupada. I don't see any other way of doing something. The other godfathers are much more capable than I am, more intelligent, so therefore they have got some natural qualities to do something, because I don't find myself having any quality at all. My only recourse is to fully depend on Srila Prabhupada. And somehow by His mercy things get done. He makes it seem like I'm determined or something, having some quality, but actually people should really know it's simply by His mercy. And I know this is a fact because on a few rare occasions, on some occasions, Maya tricks me, not so rare. It makes me think that I'm the doer and that somehow by my expertise I'm going to get something done. And I remember one time I was saying my inner sense was telling me that I had to go immediately to the airport. People know that usually I make last-minute calls into the airport, but this time I didn't heed their warning. I thought it's alright, Krishna is going to cover me. Instead, I felt proud or something, maybe. So then when I got to the airport, got to the customs, immigration, it was in Canada, I got right to the gate and I saw the plane was driving off. I had missed the flight. Then I had a few hours to meditate on how I should be more humble and not take Krishna's mercy for granted. Where I learned not to expect, even though we depend on Krishna's mercy, He may give us His mercy, or if He doesn't want to, He does not oblige us. It's up to Him. Especially if a person thinks that Krishna has to give me His mercy, then Krishna has got more reason not to give it, to make us more humble. From these different experiences I came to understand that actually the only time when I see that something is able to happen successfully is simply by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada. And due to lack of consciousness of Guru and Krishna, then we see that sometimes there are difficulties. So sometimes devotees ask, how to become, how to increase my devotional service? And then we tell them that they have to learn to depend on Krishna. Usually I'm not successful. Although Prabhupada gave me the name Jayapataka, that means I'm supposed to be victorious. But I feel that in many ways I'm not as successful as Prabhupada has desired. Whenever there's any kind of success, then I can see that it's actually to that whatever extent we were in on Prabhupada and the previous Acharya's mercy. So this Vyas Puja, everyone has been speaking very nicely, very eloquently, showing their own greatness in worshipping not this humble representative of the Gurumaharaj, but the entire glorification which was given even to me by name. Actually, I just want to mention that it's actually all directed towards Srila Prabhupada, because without His mercy, there is no possibility of finding any good qualities. Even though I can't find any, somehow you're able to find some. Because Prabhupada said that beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So therefore, because you're all beautiful people, somehow you're seeing beauty even in this insignificant rascal. But if you're seeing anything worthy of emulating, then that's simply a reflection of the mercy that Prabhupada is giving not only to me, but to all his disciples and all of the grand disciples and anyone who tries to follow his teaching. So we should dedicate ourselves to spreading Prabhupada to the entire